So, hello everyone, it's time for Blue PS4, and honestly I feel kinda, I don't know, I think, I love Otokonokos, right? So I love having, a little boy, girl, and so on, but this anime to me has been so strange, right? I thought it would, I mean, the whole thing that she has this, backstory, right? Oh, I'm trying to smash. No one wants to have sex with me because I have a PP and that stuff, and yeah, and so on. Right? It's all there, but it felt like it was just so fast. Like episode 3, oh, here's her side story. Oh, it's over already, right? Same thing as I mentioned with the mom. And I've heard some people that they might have skipped over some chapter or something, and it certainly feels like that. It certainly feels like I'm watching an anime on speedrun where you're like, oh, here's a storyline starting, and then it's immediately resolved, and it feels really off, right? I think the anime comes off as, really missing out on some scenes, something similar, right? Like, it's very confusing to me how did it quickly... It feels like, episode 1, or episode 2 maybe, perhaps to be 10, I don't know, 10 chapters, and it's like 3 or something. It's just weird. So I'm watching one episode here, episode 4, but I say it here immediately, I'm kind of torn. Definitely feel like this anime is not really providing what should do, right? No, but I mean, it's again the old story, again, perfect example, right? Like it's just this storyline. It's hard, being I suppose trans character or something like that, trans person, right? But it's just so quickly resolved, and it's also there's no build up for it. I think that was really bad. Like episode 1 or 2 could have shown her trying to get a boyfriend, people rejecting her because she's a trans person, and people accepting her, her transitioning or whatever. Right? Like that could have been a thing or something. And it felt like the tropes were there, and then you just jumped it over, and it's like not to be that kind of, but it feels like a cheap way of talking about trans issues, I guess. Yeah, it feels like they just shoehorned it, I suppose. Like it was, it's done kind of thing. Very weird, I think. But whatever. Let's watch episode 4. I hope it's better. So 3, 2, 1, and go. It's like I like what's there. I just think that the way they presented it's pretty lazy, right? It's like too fast. Yeah, it doesn't really make me care about it all. But yeah, but hopefully I'm right. No, hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, I like being right, but I prefer being wrong, right? No, I don't know. So we did a Bacarina video, which I like doing, Ship War Bacarina. I think it was needs to be more analyzing on Bacarina's all her horror storylines, all her love stories. I felt that was a very good video there, covering all the Bacarina etchy moments. Okay, so it's back to Sensei, right? This is the etchy Sensei's back. Yeah, he's trying to smash Roji-chan, She told him to find love, right? She was like, yes, find some love for you, boy. And the first thing I found when I, for reach purposes, I went into this anime trying to find some, Route to the Forest anime, right? And the only thing I could find was Sensei at this moment, People were like, hey, she's gonna get smashed, She's gonna smash some cute boys. I was like, oh, of course she is, see? Look at her. I felt this makes sense. People are like, this is the woman we're gonna focus on this anime, definitely. Yeah. The thirsty Sensei, yeah, of course, a tilf. But anyway, so he's finally being presented a little more of a challenge, I guess. She's like, you need a team, you need to have this thing right. She's kind of giving him the whole, you need to show me all of it. Yeah, give me this thing and this thing and this thing. Yeah, there's some classic paintings, right? Yeah, some classic art. Oh yeah, the ring. There you go. It's a secret, eh? Of course it is. See if you understand this. I don't know. Okay, so it's not blue in that green painting, man. Need to get more blue. Yeah, trying to make good flowers here. Hana. Yeah, we saw his rivals on it. I was thinking, I don't know. Honestly, I kind of got stunned a bit. It's just kind of boring. No, I was just perplexed there until something happened. Yeah, I was like, but finally it's like a room of enemies, kind of. Yeah, finally something happened. Also, I got kind of like, how did I get here? I got a little bit of that, like, yeah, but now it's about the weirdos again, right? But for like, I felt like 2 minutes there, time is still there. I was like, what happens? Nothing happens anymore. Yeah, I was a little bit like, oh shit, man, it's kind of boring. And now they finally understand. But it was almost like 2 minutes where I was like, I don't know. I felt the worst reaction ever. I was just like, this anime is pretty boring, honestly. I'm gonna be honest here. I was just thinking to myself, you know, like, what am I doing? Like, nothing happening. Look at this guy, crazy guy with glass on him. Oh my god, people are crazy. To tape it or? My god. Okay, so he's just like blue with his face or something. Yeah, it must have crazy people. How did she pick this up? How did she find all these crazy people? I don't know. But now I find it interesting here. They're all cray-cray. Yeah, of course she's a babe girl. Yeah, with a cute hairstyle. But she's kind of a supportive cutie, right? Exactly. She's at least a, you know, cute girlfriend kind of character. Come on. Yeah, at least you got a cute little girl you can date. Come on. It's wondering, of course, why did she pick out me? Man, main character guy. Have a little more manhood to be like, oh, she gonna date with me? Gonna laugh with me? Come on, she's pretty cute, man. One of the cutest girls in the anime. I don't know why he's like, oh man, why did she ask me out? Oh, I don't want to go with her. But I think she's gonna be one of these recurring supportive characters. some interesting, but yeah, not like a main interest sort. Biggest burger. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Some sexy fry eating. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, enticing way to eat French fries. Oh, this guy is using like, why not? I guess paint in his like water bottle kind of thing. Yeah, like a spray. So using like a spray can. I guess it's kind of a fresco. Yeah, El fresco. It's a way to do a fresco, I guess. Yeah, modern fresco. Yeah, I suppose. This anime is honestly, I think, quite low on the quality of art now. I haven't had an episode about a fresco yet. Yeah, they haven't discussed a fresco yet. Like, where is it? I still know more about art than anime. This anime hasn't taught me yet about anime, I feel, about art here. But yeah, here you're getting score and so on, right? Getting judged. But I feel it's kind of weird how most of them is crazy. It's like, I'm gonna use a knife! I'm gonna use the spray can shit going on here. Yeah, so I don't know, the team was, I used my knife to draw or something. Like, what's with that? Nothing in the actual paintings are really showing their crazy item usage. But he's finally feeling so like, I'm getting up here in art. I'm becoming the art king. I will be king of the art people, yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's obviously more a seinen. Oh, number 1. So good. Oh, interesting. Just have a little book. Yeah, you know. Yeah, it's too tiny. As every artist has been mentally troubled. It's like, it's not good enough, yeah. As every artist, she has to be troubled inside of herself, right? A troubled soul. Yeah, every artist has to fight your inner demons, right? That's not a real artist. You can't be like a designer or artist or whatever. You just have to fight your inner demons. It's part of it, right? Yeah, I know. I'm a designer, right? I know. They're all like that. Yeah, they all have inner demons. So you can't draw demons, right? You have to have a dark, dark perspective of the world, you know. It has to be filled of rage and so on. Yeah, whatever. But I liked it, honestly, that was a good scene. She's like, this thing, yeah, she's getting all triggered by it. I'm like, yeah, it's good. Need to have a troubled soul, right? Because this guy is very serious. He's like, don't play your friend, I hate you, you know. This guy's the typical rival guy. It's like, I'm not your friend. No, yeah, he's that kind of guy, right? Yeah, he refuses to be friendshipy. With the main character is kind of a dull guy. So he's like, hey man, let's be friends, man. Yeah, so it's clearly, yeah, the kind of, I'll say, douchey rival guy, yeah. Which we saw last episode too, right? Nothing new here, really. He just wanna be friends. He wants to be the, you know, he's a man that wants to be the strongest guy by himself, right? Nothing new here. He's clearly already shown that last episode that that was his personality. I rather focus on the cute girl with a troubled soul, yeah. With a troubled issues in her mind. Because you have the weird, deceptive rival friend, right? Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a rival. This guy is very hard to read if he's supposed to hate him or love him. Yeah, I find him quite dislikable because he's so deceptive. He's so obvious he's like lying to him. He's a very, like, you know, he's a superficial charmer, but really is. He feels very superficial. He's very, doesn't really feel real, right? Like nothing he's saying is true. That's what I would say. Yeah, nothing he says feels real, right? That's probably, I feel, a good explanation of my feeling of that character, I would say. At least now he started to feel some passion by himself here, right? Like, he actually, episode 1 was like, I gotta have passion, can't just be a Yankee, gotta have a goal in life, right? I'm gonna be an artist. And then here he's a little bit more, I wanna win this thing, a little more like competitive, I guess. Passion in also something like that, right? Something like Sensei's back. Oh my god, heartwarming sensei. But yeah, what's my dreams, you know? Oh, is it good now? I think so now. Some interesting to hear. Is it good enough even if I'm a loser, you know, like, even if I don't win? Is that good enough? Is that fine, you know? Like, it's a little bit, yeah, indecisive about that, right? I like that. Cute girl! Okay, now his friends are back on a date here with them, yeah. The anime doesn't really explain how he feels about these guys now. The anime said, yeah, the anime I would say definitely does not explain really how he feels about his friends now. After kinda, you know, dropping them, right? For obviously, like, you know. Yeah, it doesn't really explain how he feels about them. I should buy stuff on some, you know, flea market kind of thing. Or an artist. So he's drinking coffee, I guess. Yeah, this feels a little more, a little more typical for boys' age. Drink some coffee, you know, not alcohol in the middle of the day. Yeah, not as Yankees anymore. I guess he kind of grew away from that a bit. Maybe. Seems drank the anyway. There was brown though, but I guess there was alcohol anyway. I guess. Was an old lady helping him? Nice. Some random old babas coming in here being like, "Die shabu, honeybar." Oh, his rival. Kinda guy. Maybe some conflict now then. You can have to avoid him clearly, but. Oh, it's his mom probably, right? Oh, it's his mom, right? Yeah. Yeah, so it's my son. My Musco. Yeah. She's of course just like, I got a friend for my son. Poor mom, you know, she's trying to be. Yeah. I don't know. That looks like a board game now. This is the board game that makes him Park Restoration. That's what it looks like. Looks like the board game makes with the hat shits. Yeah, this is that weird cone game he makes. He's the master of. Yeah. That beats the IT people with that. Oh my god, what's it called? Looks like that weird board game he makes. There's like a side, like a blue side, like something. Man, I love how some art really exists in reality. Where you feel like animals just do it in their backyard. Yeah, like. You know, there's so many comments like Donald Duck turning into an artist, is hitting his car or something and says it. Yeah, like. It's just, that's weird art, man. But anyway. We can finally reach his kids, man. I was gonna pissed off now. Stop becoming my friend. Stop trying to be my friend, man. Yeah, I don't want friends. Friends are for noobs. Exactly. Find some concentration here. See? Troubled souls, what I'm saying, man. They're all troubled souls. I don't know what this trick is in for though. It's just kind of dead inside the main character. Ah, come on, you're gonna like block this scene. The finally gonna has a confrontation, it blocks immediately, it's kind of boring, it's finally gonna like talk about it. Then immediately it's like, ah, whatever man, that's over now. Crying, best friend. This again feels out of nowhere, honestly. It feels like it's just way too fast of stuff. This again is like, why? Why are you guys crying for? It just feels like it's coming out of nowhere again. It's way too fast into some certain scenes, I feel. I don't know. I mean, now it's all depressed here since he. Yeah, I don't understand anything. So he's all about having a troubled soul. Now he's finally like, I feel it. I also feel the pain. Yeah, now it's getting here. I need to have the pain, as I can't draw right. Yeah, I need to be afraid of failing and all that stuff, right? Afraid of life and death and everything. Now I can finally draw with my emotions. Here we go. See, a troubled soul. See what I'm saying? Also, guess it though. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, though, I don't feel I don't feel the build up for this thing. I get it. Yeah, it needs to be all troubled and emotional to be a good artist. But on the same time, right, I'm a little bit like, yeah, but also it's happening out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, how did we get here, baby? So I still feel that though. And of course, Senso was like, yeah, you're pretty hot, yeah. Why is she also flirty for? She's always trying to like seduce him. I always feel the Sensei is like trying to smash him, right? I can't be the only one. I always feel that Sensei is out for get some, right? And she's always like, yeah, it's pretty good, cutie. Like, why is she always like, oh, yeah? She's so goddamn flirty, this woman. She's so flirty. She's always trying to smash him. And yeah, she's super thirsty, Sensei. Yeah, she's always flirty. Like, she only has flirt mode, I guess. I guess you could argue that she's just incredibly flirty, so it doesn't mean anything. She's flirty with everyone. Like, he has no actual value. She's just always super flirty. Like, it's what she is, right? Suppose you could argue that, yeah, she's always like, yeah, let's, want some, boy? Yeah. Come on, she's always like, want some? I just can't drop it, tell you. Yeah, Gamba, right, really? See, I just can't take it seriously, because she kind of constantly goes between this, like, yay, Gamba, cutie! Then, you know, she's all like, serious mode. I don't know, it's just like, it's hard to read, man. I don't know if she's trying to smash him for reals, or if she's, I don't want to be his friend, yeah, come on, like, he's so sundry, man. This guy's just a kawaii sundry guy. I don't want to be his friend or anything. Stop it, Sensei! Yeah. Come on, it's good having friends, boy. He's like, I don't need friends, man. Friends with noobs, you know, I don't need friends. Yeah, of course she's worried, man. This guy's cray-cray in a sense. I mean, yeah, it's even called Oba-sensei, right? You know, Auntie-sensei. Yeah. Auntie-sensei! Yeah, you know, Auntie-sensei is here. Oba-sensei. Like, she made a joke about being a cute girl here, yeah. This woman is so thirsty, man. I just can't take her. I guess he's the blue star now that is going higher here, yeah, after first failing. After first doing a circle, I guess he's the blue guy, right? It makes kind of combs up there, yeah. Tanoshi indeed. I don't know. I mean, it was good in the end there when he started crying, obviously. That's the best scene. Keeps what I keep saying it, a troubled soul. good emotional scene. That I kept said earlier, right? Yeah, there we go. He freeze that scene. Where is Kovai? Have the fear in you, the fear in your boy, right? Then you can finally. It looks really good. It's a really good scene. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And then the color explosion there is fantastic. You need pain, right? You need pain to be an artist of sorts. I suppose that's a way you could kind of address it, right? Yeah. Need that severe anxiety attack or something. But yeah, let's go to here. So this was good. Again, I feel the anime is delivering on particular. It's a very weird anime. I feel in that sense, right? Because this feels like this is better than the Odyssey, though. I would argue for, but this is kind of back to her. It's hard being, being a trans person. Yeah, like it's. This is kind of back to that thing again here. When last episode, she of course, disclosed her, her general issues, right? Getting a boyfriend or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't really get into too much detail on it, right? But you know what I mean? Like he has her issues with, obviously finding love and so on, right? No guys want to date her and all that stuff, right? And the main character could have told her something, but he was like, oh, whatever, you can't ignore her. It was kind of weird, but still though. It delivered to some extent, right, that scene. And this is kind of the same thing too. He says like, I'm afraid, I'm failing, I feel the pain. You need to have that, as I keep saying, a troubled soul, right? You need to feel the pain, the worries, and you need all that stuff to like be a good artist. But I don't know. I mean, taking my own art position here, yeah. But this is what I mean. This anime, though. Like, this anime is just so. I mean, I don't know, right, guys. I feel this anime is. This is a good scene. It's a really good scene, but this is the exact same like episode 3 and 2, right? Where there's like a good. Conclusive scene. Okay, now he feels the pain, he understands the trouble of being an artist or whatever, right? He gets this rival friend pain, and he gets this kind of cute girl's pain, he's getting the pain, right? He understands the trouble, the anxiety, and all the good stuff, right? And then he's like, yes, I can do it too now. Yeah, then he kind of does his own art here, and it's amazing, right? And as Seth explained, his blue star, it went like this, right? And then it went higher, but the green star just went up to that, right? Then it stopped and then up, yeah. So he couldn't reach higher, right? But the blue star had troubles, then it had higher potential, right? Yeah. He had issues, but it could go higher. And that's all fine, right? But this is honestly exactly as I said last week. And I said it in episode 2 as well, but in episode 3 the formula was very clear. And here it says the formula. I don't feel that emotional about this thing because he hasn't really earned this thing. I haven't seen him struggling with this thing. This has been established episode. This has been established again in episode 4, and then it's resolved in episode 4. This anime is like on some kind of speed run. Like it has these topics that normally an anime would be maybe a whole season could be about this thing, right? And I'm not saying it should be. I'm saying that'd probably be too slow paced, right? If we cover the whole season, this topic of pain or like your inner demons or whatever, yeah, that might be too much, right? But this anime sets up these conclusions, right? Way too easily, way too just so general, and then they just resolve them immediately. So I just don't feel the actual emotional, like I'm just lacking, I have like zero emotional connection to this scene, right? I don't feel this scene is worth it. I don't feel it's been built up. And this is the exact same issue I had episode 2 and 3. So it really is the anime's formula. It hasn't delivered at all on making me actually care about this thing. Making me care about his rival friend or whatever he is. I don't really care about the character. It hasn't really built that up whatsoever. I don't feel that at all. Like this girl here. She's really cute. I love her hair, right? Again, this is a good scene with her. after they had that cute fry scene and she was all flirting. He's like, why is he flirting with me for? I'm a loser, which is weird. That I dislike in the main character. He's so self-hatred or whatever in that sense. Like, why can't a cute girl ask you out? Why are you so, confused about it? I don't understand, because he's supposed to be like a Yankee bad boy, right? Popular bad boy kind of thing. And then when a girl basically asks him out, kind of, went to lunch with him, kind of a, little cute date, arguably, right? Some guys sit a date, and he's just like, oh, why should she bring me for? I don't know. Does she no one ever like me? Yeah, he has solid confidence. Doesn't make any sense. I would argue for what character was built up in episode 1 as, but whatever. That annoys me to some extent. But it's more like, so now we're getting her pain. We're getting her. I need to be her. So we started getting it. Okay, here's the, as I said earlier in my action part, I was like, okay, this is the episode about the inner struggles, the soul, the pain in the soul. An artist needs to be in pain to be able to draw or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so this is the storyline. Okay, here's the storyline. This is the premise. I've obviously seen it a million times before. Nothing new, right? So it's a tropey storyline. Okay, but let's go. Let me explain that. Here's this female. She has issue with that. Here's this guy issue with that thing. Right? And bam, it's resolved, right? Yeah, like it's just like it takes up a premise. There's a trope. So that's not getting wrong here. It's not original. It's very how say it, tropey. It's quite bland, honestly, right? It's actually very shallow, I suppose, because it establishes very, very shallow tropes without really going into them in detail, and then it resolves it, and then it immediately resolves the issue that was presented in the same episode. So it's just so bare bone, and maybe in the manga it's much better and good detail, but I don't really feel, honestly, I don't want to carry the manga. I don't know. This anime feels like it's setting up this, like this again. This is like an emotional scene, both with her and him, especially, setting up that scene, and it looks really good. Visually standpoint, it looks good, but I just don't feel the emotional connection. Like, why would I? The anime has not earned its. The anime has not earned its emotional connection for me. Right? Like, why would it? Like this. This has not been presented. It has not been built up why we should care about her that much, or this struggling pain or whatever, right? Being an artist, as I mentioned, and so on. Like, it has not been. It has not been presented, right? In a sense that I actually would care about him or her or whatever, and especially it has not been presented as that I would care about. The specific each episode, right? Because just like last episode, we have this again, right? The Ryoji issue of her, her dating and so on, right? Like, it is presented in episode 3 and it's resolved in episode 3. This is exactly what was mentioned before I started watching the episode. It's the exact same issue. It is presenting a trope. It's presenting a premise. Something I've seen before. I mean, of course, the old storyline is nothing new, right? And there really is no depth to it, because we used, this girl, she has a PP, and she has trouble having, she has trouble getting intercourse, with men, right? Like, it's just like, I mean, we've seen it before. I've seen, basically every other anime ever with Oturu characters, that's new every anime. And I've seen millions of, but I've seen a lot of TV shows about different, like people with positioning or whatever, right, and so on, and like this, some of them are really good and some of them are bad, and most of them are kind of mediocre. But I have seen basically, without saying that anime is honestly, anime is terrible. I'm just saying that, of course, I've seen a billion times better that struggle, right, to get laid, so to speak, after you. Citizen. Of course, I've seen movies and so on about that, right? Yeah, and they've been a lot better, with more depth to the character and more. It's cute, but that's it, right? She's a very kind of shallow character. Yeah, it's cute Utokinoko, but her personality is barely being presented in anime. Yeah. But so what I mean is that it presents. It presents her issue of trying to get a boyfriend, right? And then it doesn't really. And then it resolves it basically, right? Like that's the climax of the actual storyline. You have a storyline, the build up, and you So I mean, normally in anime, right, you have in a storyline, you have the start, you have some kind of build up, and then you have the climax in the apex of the journey. You have the kind of the down, kind of the epilogue, whatever, right? And that's kind of how every storytelling is done, right? In almost any kind of anime, movie, whatever, right? So for example, and it might have several different ones, right? So for example, let's take something like Naruto. He wants to be Hokage. That's the build, the build up is very, very minuscule. And then he becomes Hokage, and then his son, the Boruto, was kind of the after the after thing, and it goes down from the climax, right? That's the general storyline. But of course, you have a lot of different storylines. This apex movement thing, right? During different arcs, right? Every arc basically has the same thing, right? So this anime, again here, really, this is the exact issue I said last week. It starts out, okay, now it's about a troubled soul of the artist, right? Okay, here we go. The troubled soul of the artist. Very, very classic, iconic, issue, right, in many, many movies and so on. I've seen a lot of movies about the troubled artist right there. So, okay, here's the storyline. We've seen it before. He can't do art in a good way because he's too shallow, right? He doesn't have the feeling, the emotions. He has no emotional. He lacks the emotions, right? Like the other people act. So he can't do it like them, and they are struggling, but also do better art him, right? Then he started to feel the emotions, and he can finally do it, right? Yeah. So I mean that's the climax. The climax, of course, if he draws the painting. That is of course when it kind of the story climax, right? And then kind of it winds down. We see the other character like reflecting and analyzing his art and so on, and the other guy is like a loser and so on. Yeah, then it kind of it kind of mellows down after his emotional painting of it. He started crying and doing it. But yeah, that of course is the scene. But the issue here, I think, is explains that normally, right, we would move this curve, right. It would be in, let's say, 5 episodes, yeah, or whatever, right? Yeah, it would move like this, rip. But this anime, it goes like this, right? Yeah, it goes like that, right? Yeah, it's like, it goes like immediately in one episode. Like, it's way too fast. So, it either go incredibly fast, or you could argue that usually you have the curve as mentioned, right? You kind of have the build up, and you go down. Yeah, you have a build up, right? And then it kind of escalates, then it escalates, right? So suddenly, the build up starts slow, and then it goes faster, right? In the end, right? Yeah, because that's how drama is usually, of course. You don't have to do this, but I say from a normal narrational standpoint, this is the formula you follow, right? And this anime is still following this formula. If it was like different, there are of course movies and anime and so on, right? Where events are out of order, right? They are just chatted around and so on, and that's fine. That's a completely different kind of narration. But this anime is following this, of course, classic narrational curve, right? So, like, let's say it first. But then, of course, after doing this thing, right? Yeah, and kind of my point is that usually when you get here, it's starting to go faster and faster and faster, and then you reach the apex and go down again. But in this anime, instead of doing this thing, and then kind of X up, right? It goes like this immediately. So otherwise, it's like either it goes too fast, or it's more that it goes like instead of going this thing and then up, it goes like up and down. Yes, like that, right? Yeah, like it has there's no build up, right? It completely lacks the build up and the emotional connection. So some people are probably gonna cry at the scene and be like, "Oh, he's so sad. He can finally feel emotions or whatever." But I was like, it's so unearned. I don't care about this scene. He hasn't connected to these other characters. He hasn't connected to the other guy. They had one date. This could have been something. They could have gone on a date there. He could have started dating her and felt her pain or something, and her, yeah. He could have felt that thing. This is also not at all built up. Like he started crying here, and they had this scene, and I felt like again, this just so. I feel it just happens out of nowhere. Even though he's been in 2 episodes now, this guy, there's been so little on his personality backstory. So when I see him being all sad, like why would I care? I don't feel anything for this character. You also could argue, and I think that's fair to argue too. I think the anime does a pretty bad job of just establishing characters in general, because they're so tropey and shallow, so they're very flat, I guess. It's like weird, because like they're flat, but it's trying to make you care about them, because it's always like one big emotional scene, like episode 2, mom's crying, right? Episode 1 is like him crying, and episode 3 is the Roddy crying. And episode 4 is him and, this guy crying or so, whatever, yeah. And a little bit of her crying, I guess. It's a lot of it, like, emotional scenes. But it's just so little, why would I care about this character? Right? So maybe if the manga is much, much better building them up, and actually spends like a few chapters per character before this happens, then it might be a lot better. Now it just feels so shallow. Like, it's just, I don't have any emotional connection to this character, so I don't care about them crying. It's really weird. It feels very, very weird, this anime. But it's also very, very formulaic. It's very predictable. Exactly as I said last week. Like, it's gonna keep doing this thing. I have a hard time seeing what's happening more of it, honestly. I don't think this anime is terrible, but I just feel like it's very, very cheap. Like it's just like it's trying to basically look at this. It's sad. Just trying to trigger you, which is tropes, and it doesn't really work because it's just so. It's also that's so predictable. It's easier too. That is so formulaic and predictable. It has the exact same formula. 3 episodes in a row has been the exact same, basically. There's a new topic. Okay, topic 1, 2 is like mom, 3 is like cross-dressing, otokonoku, whatever, yeah, and 3 is like, the pain of an artist kind of thing. You have to have the troubled soul of an artist, yeah. And it's like, and I mean, for example, 4 episode here is very, very, of course, iconic. The troubled artist, the troubled soul of an artist, yeah, super tropey, right? And, the cross-dresser kind of thing is also, of course, trans or whatever, yeah, that's also, like, by now, I mean, there have been many. Just how it was presented to was also the cheapest way to do it. Yeah, like the most easiest way to do it as well. Like, it could have been done better too when it comes to the audio. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the anime is doing a really bad job. If the manga, I haven't read the manga, but if the manga is much better building character up, the anime is doing a really bad job and just taking like the good, the payoff scenes. And it's weird having payoff scenes without getting to the payoff, right? Like, you used to get to the payoff, but there's no path there. You just payoff after payoff after payoff. Maybe it works if you're a manga reader and then you have read the characters into detail, and then you go here and you watch the anime. And you're like, oh yeah, maybe it works. If you, yeah, I mean, I guess it would. Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm thinking that maybe it works good. Again, then if you are a manga reader, so you know these characters, right? And you get in here and you actually like care about them, and then you see the big events, so to speak, because this is basically event after event after event after event, right? And you see the biggest. You see the biggest events from the manga, and then you might enjoy it because it's like you care more about the characters than what the anime makes you do. And then of course, because of that reason, you actually care. You find the scene sad or whatever. I'm just imagining, being that some people can say I'm wrong or whatever, right? Because like, but I think most of it will be manga readers. I know this will be mostly manga readers, right? That care about the characters more and so on. As an anime only, I just don't. Like, I don't see why I would. It definitely reminds me of 86, I guess, this year. Yes, absolutely. Very shallow things. A lot of you look at this is sad. But it really isn't, because it's like the characters are so flat. It's worse though. I mean, those characters are incredibly flat. So it's like, those characters are the flattest. So they're the flattest oppas ever. Yeah, those are flat as a surface. The flat as flat as a freaking car road or something. Yeah, this is like this flat, right? This anime has a little more depth to the characters, but they're not. But doesn't feel much more. But anyway, I feel very negative with anime, but I just feel like the anime is done so cheap. Like it's weird. Like I mentioned last week. If for the old you had a few dates in episode 1 and 2 on the side of the storyline, episode 3 would have felt so much more better, because you see her dating guys and getting a new boyfriend every episode, right? And it would make so much more sense than suddenly kind of shoehorning that storyline in episode 3, right? Same here. If this thing was a much more prolonged storyline, he did the emotion and so on, it would have been better. Definitely. And also this cute girl, they could have talked to her in episode 2 or something, and when they met her was episode 2 and 3. No, it was 3, right? They met her in episode 3, yeah, but you could have had more interaction with her in episode 3, and they also could have built up their relationship or something. I don't know, but I feel there's no build up, right? It's no build up. But anyways, that's the review. I feel harsh, but this anime, I said issues episode 3, I kind of sort of feel them episode 2, right? This is kind of what I see is the issue. I see the pattern. In episode 3, I was like, oh, this pattern is very clear, this is very bad. And in episode 4, I'm like, oh yeah, the exact thing that I predicted last week happened, right? And that always made me very negative, because if I can predict exactly what's going to happen, and also, people say, oh, you didn't predict it, no, but I mean predicted as in narrative structure. I'm not talking about prediction as in who's going to die, right? It's more like I predicted that someone would die, yeah. And then you can say that's easy to do, but my point is that, you know, I'm basically able to say, okay, one character is gonna die at like into second act of the 4th episode. It's gonna be in between, you know, minute 10 and minute 15. That a character is gonna die, right? And that death will lead this character to do this thing, blah blah. That's basically where I am, right? And I was like, well, this is gonna be this thing, it's gonna lead to this thing, and it's gonna be like this resolution. Like, it's just like very, very formulaic. So even if I can't tell exactly right, you know, what I don't know what the topic is gonna be basically, right? Last week, but I could tell you exactly last week how the topic was gonna be played out. You know, the whole narrative structure of the anime is very, very shallow. So I was like, oh, this is how they're gonna do it. Like, they do the exact same thing every episode. And I said earlier, they have to break from that, right? Because I think it's very predictable. But they're predictable in a little bad manner because it's so formulaic that you know what you're going to do. Oh, this because you know, like, okay, in 3 minutes now it's gonna be a stat scene. You know what I mean? Without even watching the episode, I can be like, oh, it's a stat scene now, it's gonna be this thing now, and it's also very, very shallow. So it's like, yeah, and the formula is not even good. That's a problem too. The formula isn't even properly done. So it's like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway, see you guys tomorrow with My Academia. That's the read tomorrow and our agency arc. This will be the last anime manga person, and then maybe I'm gonna read the manga, read the anime. Maybe I'll read the manga, right? Also tomorrow, of course, Senpai Kowai, which I really love. That's a really good episode, and Yagi-sama, of course.